Evening, good morning to all of you. Thank you for joining and giving and spending some time with us. Today's topic is extremely important. It's called the Beyond Symptoms, as you see, uncovering the root causes of chronic illness. And it is going to be led by Dr. Swati. She's a naturopath and a head nutritionist, and Shuvangi. She's also a junior nutritionist, and she is she both of them really work hard and take care of all our clients. And let me just speak about Awaana Health. Awaana Health was started because I had gone through cancer. I'm not from any science background, but because of my condition, I really wanted to understand what was the root cause behind my disease. And that's how all the discovery was made. It's very, very important to catch the root cause from the earliest stage. And we are going to talk about how do we understand our root causes, and so that not only it helps us but also helps our family members, the society, because knowledge is power. Let's move to the other slide. Sure. Okay, so what are you going to discover? We are going to discover today five hidden root causes, addressing them very effectively. Your body systems, the gut, sleep, to understand what is happening in your gut, what is happening in your sleep, stress, food, the shape of your health, and the strategies to support your body so that you could directly hit the root cause and heal from the root cause, not from the symptoms. So I just want to ask a question to everyone. How many of you are suffering from any acute diseases or chronic diseases? You can just type in the chat, or your family members. They are suffering from anything. It could be as simple as diabetes, it could be as simple as acne, gut issues, constipation, it could be extreme like cancer. Just chat in the box. Just give me a heads up, or just tell me, me. Yes, sir. We're working with sir, and actually, he's one of the best patients we have. Okay, let's go to move to another slide. Okay, I this is a very important slide. I just wanted to everyone to pay attention. What is the cost price of something which really happens to us? Say, for example, now diabetes. It has actually increased. We have so many advancements in the medical world. We have so many things we could actually encounter with it. People go to the doctors and they start taking medication, but also it has increased. When you get diabetes, often people they say, the doctors say, the conventional word say it's very hard to reverse, and you're going to get, you have to take medications all your life. If you have BP, all they say is you have to take medication all throughout your life. But the cost is actually so expensive than you think. Diabetes has increased 88% all over the world in the last 20 years. Heart disease up to 50%. Cancer has now 47% globally by 2040. That means what? One in 5% or one in 2% is going to get cancer by 2050. Hormonal imbalances, we have seen increasing cases in infertility. People are just going to IVF treatments, not knowing what is actually the root cause, and they can heal it and they can reverse it. Thyroid disorder, 42 million people are getting affected in India alone. PCOS impacts 1 in 5 women. Even, not even PCOS, but also now blood pressure has increased. People are getting diagnosed in the early 20s and 30s, which is so not acceptable. We should not accept what is coming to us. I'd rather really understanding that these medications, when you compile, you compile the cost going to the doctors, taking these medications, it becomes very expensive, and your health, you should actually work with someone to reverse it. Some people come to us and they say your plans are costly or your this are costly. We often tell them, look at the price. When you compile everything, going to the doctors, your time, energy, everything has to be taken in account. So it is not expensive investing in your health. Please clear this in your mind, that if you are working with any nutritionist or a health coach, not necessarily with us, with anyone, it is not expensive. Your health needs all of these, so that as you grow old, you do not need, as you grow old, you get oxidative stress, etc., etc. And, obviously, there are a lot of other implications. But then all of these come into center and come into the picture, that, or there will be regret, that why didn't I actually start working before. And I had my regrets as well. I had my journey when I got diagnosed with cancer, that why wasn't I not told about my root causes when I was younger. So this is a very important webinar, and please pay attention. Okay, the next slide. So I'm going to invite Swati now to take over and take us through all these beautiful slides which Shuvangi and Swati have made to make us understand our what is actually root cause, and how do you define them, and what are the factors. So Swati, thank you for
Yeah.
joining.
Uh, Thank you so much. Hello, good evening, everybody. Good morning to a few who are not from India. Why so many black screens? So you don't like our faces? Everybody, come on, let's have a small community here. We're not going to judge you anyways. All right, people are shy, no worries. Okay, so here we are talking about root causes. The topic might seem cold, but it is very, very, very important to understand preventive health at a very early time because it prevents you from developing chronic illnesses, problems that you really don't want to appear in your future. So, congratulations to everyone who's taking time for your health, especially preventive measures on a weekend. So, root cause, what is a root cause exactly? Root cause is simply the exact causes from where two things happen. Either a disease origins or any health problem gets triggered. So sometimes your genes or epigenetics, they might be lying there dormant, sleeping, not very active in your body, not creating any trouble at all, but they might get triggered. The problems might get triggered with environmental factors, with the habits that you have, with the kind of lifestyle that you're living. So that is the root cause exactly. For example, if I get a headache, I might go and take a pill for headache. But I might not understand that the reason for this root cause is my indigestion or maybe acidity. I might not even think that it might get a connection with my digestive system. So unless and until we fix our root causes or especially figure out the root causes, we can never go to the solution, the absolute solution which is required. Because in today's time, as Shruti correctly said, the chronic illnesses, lifestyle dominant illnesses are on a rise. And it is serious. It is really serious because we need to take care of our health so that it does not give us serious trouble in future. Okay, let's go to the next slide. So, yeah, what is disease? We all know what is disease. See, any discomfort, anything that prevents you from emotional, physical, mental, spiritual, social well being is a disease. WHO definition might be in front of you, you might have read it. But in simple terms, if you want to just identify your problems, for example, a simple digestive comfort you have been facing since weeks or months or maybe years, and it's not letting you become very comfortable, happy, or it annoys you at times. You're not able to eat your favorite foods, or you're not able to eat your favorite meals at a restaurant or something like that. Any discomfort and anything that is preventing you is either a root cause of a disease or a full-blown disease in itself. So we'll go to the next slide. So that is the reason we have to keep in mind why mindfulness is so important, because we need to understand how our body is behaving. We cannot definitely ignore the symptoms that comes again and again. It is a message our body gives us again and again. So root cause is nothing but the message that our body is giving us continuously. The truth about modern disease. So diseases are modern because of the modern lifestyle, of course, that we have. So many people might think, oh, I got this disease, oh, it's a bad luck, I don't have a good luck and all that. People who are healthy, playing table tennis there, they're also lucky, man, they have great genetics. But no, that is not true. Diseases, yes, genetic is one of the factors that drives many of the health conditions, but it is not the ultimate condition, but the ultimate cause. Even if there is a genetic predominance in anybody for particular conditions, as I said earlier, the triggering factors can be controlled with proper lifestyle, proper food habits, and maintaining your mental health at pace and controlling stress and etc. etc. Next slide, please. Okay, this is very interesting. I want you to look at this picture over here. This is a picture of the iceberg. What is iceberg? We all know icebergs are ice mountains that are lying underwater, and we can also see the tip of iceberg above water. So problems, conditions, health problems in today's modern world, the modern lifestyle condition, what we call it, is primarily or majorly based on this iceberg model. The symptoms that we feel, that we see, the problems that we see, the biomarkers or the blood test results that is obvious in front of us, they are many times, so the majority of time, are just the tip of iceberg. We don't know from where it is coming. We don't know from where it is getting triggered, but the root cause is much, much deeper than what we feel or what we can see. So if we are only stuck at the tip of iceberg, where we are only just bothering about the symptoms, oh, I get a stomachache, let's take an antacid, good to go. Another week, same problem, antacid, good to go. After a year, they don't work. The antacids stop working. And then going to the next level where we are just damaging our system. Okay, next slide will go.
And people suffer for years, not even knowing what the
Yeah.
actual thing is.
Yes. Then through the chronic term actually comes from long-term illness. Chronic itself means long-term illness. So when you have any problem, any health situation, any disease for a very long time, that is actually called chronic condition. Yeah, so these are the standard investigation approaches that is used. Like if you go to any health practitioner or any physician, they would just, they may understand your symptoms on based on these factors. For example, exposure assessment, to use questionnaires. They give you loads of questionnaires and they assess your condition based on that. Biomarkers, which is the blood test results. The health impact is something which, if your environmental is deranged, for example, your stress levels are high due to a hectic job, or if there are some relationship issues, and you're not able to eat clean for some reason, or you're not just aware to how to eat clean, and sorry, and that have an indirect impact on your overall health. For example, very good example though, heavy metal toxins are linked to neurological conditions. Neurological conditions are the nervous system disorders. Heavy metals, where do they come from? They come from our environment. For example, simple aluminum vessels, which is used usually in Indian cooking. The aluminum leaches every time you cook it, put it on a high heat and you cook any curries or any food in it. So aluminium is a kind of metal. So there are many kind of metals which gets mixed with your food, mixed with the drinks you have, and it goes into your system through many channels. The channels could be anything that you're applying on your skin, anything that you're eating, you're just putting in your system, or sometimes even what you're smelling.
And
All these
also
is
very
environment.
important, metals come into Swati, is through medications, vaccinations. If somebody has taken COVID
Yeah,
vaccinations and on long-term medications, all of these, they actually have loaded with heavy metals. So be aware of
absolutely.
what medication.
Yes. And heavy metals are present in many allopathic medicines as well. So if you have long-term exposure, you are indirectly exposing yourself to heavy metals as well. Next slide, please. And heavy metals have got serious problems. They lead to serious troubles, including cancer. Okay, so we spoke about it, the investigative approaches, how actually the entire lifestyle, how it has to be designed, your lifestyle. So you definitely need to have optimum nutrition. The nutrients that you're taking, nutrients are the key elements with which your body functions. So there are two nutrients. One is structural, second is functional nutrient. Structural nutrients, they help in making or breaking down the molecules. For example, protein is called structural unit because muscles and many other organs and linings, skin, they are primarily based with made with proteins. So they are a part of either breaking down of something or making of something. Functional nutrients, as the name suggests, they participate in the processes. For example, the biochemical processes that goes on conversion from one thing to another. For example, conversion of say carbohydrate into glucose. It will not happen if there is a proper biochemical reaction going on, and that reaction will only take place if the required key nutrients, functional nutrients, or the micronutrients, what we call, they are available to your body because these are nothing but raw material. If you don't have raw material to build a house, you don't have bricks, cement, and all those things, how will the system be made? You can't do that. So the nutrition is that part of it.
Swati, can you give some
Exercise.
examples of both micronutrients and the functional nutrients?
Micronutrients, for example, iron, vitamin C. Okay, so iron is a metal, vitamin C is a vitamin. So they are micronutrients. For example, you are deficient in hemoglobin. The iron level is no. Doctor says खून की कमी है, खून चढ़ाना पड़ेगा या फिर आप खून बढ़ाने वाली चीजें खाइए. So then iron plays a role because iron is one of the raw material for hemoglobin. जब तक iron नहीं होगा आपका hemoglobin properly नहीं बनेगा. Okay. So, for example, you're having a very good diet, a perfect diet, but your diet is lacking in iron. Okay. So, when you eat iron, body will be able to synthesize hemoglobin. But another thing comes in. Iron in itself will not get absorbed unless it is combined with vitamin C. So it is like a molecule to molecule reaction. For example, iron is here. It is empty. Those who are from physics background, they may understand, the molecule like neutron. Okay, so it needs a positive plus minus chance. So this is iron, and unless and until vitamin C comes and it creates a bond, that iron will not convert into functional nutrient. Functional as in which is able to do some kind of work, which is able to do some kind of function. So alone keeping iron tablets in your desk and just popping so much of iron pills, नहीं मतलब beetroot juice रोज लेता हूँ मैं तो 10 सालों से ले रहा हूँ. It will not work if you're not combining it with vitamin C. So there are many micronutrients like that which is required for the synthesis of many other elements in your body, which is crucial. Exercise, we all know now, we are all aware exercise is so crucial for your body. I would say if you compare the potency or the efficacy, in simple language to be said, weightage, what carries maximum weightage? I would say exercise. If somebody looks to reduce weight, 80% nutrition plays part and 20% exercise. But if qualitatively the weightage needs to be compared, then exercise carries more weightage. Exercise is far more important than nutrition if you want to really lose weight. Even if 80% of the nutrition part can play a role in reducing the weight of some person that have. Rest, stress management. This is something a very, very detailed topic, I would say. So quickly, just running through it. Stress management is essential because yes, these stressors act like a halt. It is a speed breaker. If your body is under stress, if your mind is under stress, the nutrition that you're taking, the exercise that you're doing, the things which are obvious will go on a halt. It will not be able to function. It will not be able to provide you that kind of effect or that kind of results, which is to be supposed, which are expected from a proper nutrition and proper exercise. So you might have definitely got somebody in your family, somebody in your friend circle, or somewhere in your social gatherings who keep saying, मैं तो बहुत अच्छा खाता हूँ. You know, I eat clean. I always eat organic foods. I will not even touch the outside market food. My chef is there. I'm a private chef. Or so many blah, blah, blah things. But their stress levels might be higher due to some reason, due to a number of reasons. And even if they're eating proper nutrition, going to gym to exercise, and the stress levels are high, the effect that the nutrition and exercise should give them, they're not able to actually get it. They will always keep complaining about a health problem. I'm not able to sleep, I'm not able to lose weight, I keep getting these kind of blah, blah, blah problems, whatnot. So
Okay,
stress,
let's
stress thing hand in
one
hand
second.
actually.
Let's pause here, Swati. I want to ask you a very important question. Say, for example, somebody has BP, early stage. Somebody is in your 30s coming with BP. How would you
Yeah,
try
yeah.
and identify what could be the potential root cause?
So the potential root cause in an early age, like 20s, 30s, or even early 40s, the primary root cause, what we have analyzed so far, is always and always 99% is stress related. Because when you're stressed, your body releases cortisol, which is a stress hormone, and it immediately activates your sympathetic nervous system. Sympathetic nervous system simply works on action level. Action, action, action. It just increases every survival potent function in your body. The things which are crucial for survival, for example, blood pressure is important. Your brain function is important. Keeping you awake is important because it is a survival mode. Like how a soldier is there on the battlefield, they need to be alert and active. They can't be sleeping and the enemy comes and Pakistan mar ke ja raha hai. That can't happen, right? So sympathetic nervous system just act to maintain you on a survival mode. So if you are continuously under stress for some reason, as I said, relationship problem, hectic work life, or any other things, then this high level of cortisol, high level of stress hormone will keep your blood pressure on a rise because you are just on a survival mode. You're not in a resting mode throughout the time. And this doesn't happen in a day. It doesn't happen in a week, of course. It takes months and years to develop this kind of problems.
Can it be reversed?
To be reversed, it takes some time, of course, not years, but yeah, weeks or months can be good enough if somebody is uh, able to, just transform their lifestyle accordingly.
Right. And what are the implications of them taking medication? Say, for example, I know my father has been taking 40, 50 years BP medications. Could you help us and tell people that, okay, what organs could it affect, the BP medications?
Primarily kidneys, because kidneys have also got a very important function to maintain your blood pressure. So whatever medicines you are taking, like blindly, you can say that liver and kidney health will be hampered because your liver is the detox organ, primary detox organ in the body. Whatever you are eating, whatever pills you are taking, whatever you are drinking, your liver bypass it. Sorry, your liver actually checks it checks it. It is good, it is bad, it is good, it is bad. So this process goes on and on. Your liver goes into an overworking mode when you're taking too many medications or medications for a very long time. And kidneys are excreting the waste material from the medication. So they are also working overtime. They just really get exhausted. And these two, shining stars of organs of the body, they just get tired end of the day. And
Ab-
they stop working suddenly or they just become sluggish primarily.
Absolutely. Okay.
Okay, we'll go to the next slide. We have covered the essence of it. Yes, poor gut health. So now we are talking about certain potent causes, which might be the root cause or which might be the trigger of any chronic illnesses. Poor gut health or impaired digestion is one of the star cause. You all are health conscious. I'm sure that is why you are here in the preventive aspect of health. So you might have definitely heard that if your digestion is poor, if your digestion is not good, you might get n number of diseases with that. And almost every disease arises with the gut. Why do we say this? I have a gut feeling you're not getting it right. I have a gut feeling this person might get into trouble. Gut is also called the second brain of the body. It is the second brain, not in terms of just naming, but there are crucial hormones which are secreted only through gut. I can not enough strain upon gut health here because it's a very short time, but gut is very, very crucial for your overall health. I'll give you an example here to simplify. How many of you felt laziness, lack of energy, or not, mentally very sound in your overall functioning when you're not able to cook nicely in the morning? I'm sure every single person have gone through. If you're not even typing, I know you have gone through it at least one day in your life, if not more. Why does that happen? Your system is not clean, your gut is not clean, and why it is affecting your energy? Why it is affecting how your brain functions? You are at the meeting and you feel आज सुबह पेट साफ नहीं हुआ था ना तो I was not like 100% of myself. Everybody can feel it because your gut actually decides your not just the food which is going to clean, but also your energy levels, your mental health, and your gut is also very much connected with your mental health. Even migraines, they're primarily connected with the gut health, and they get triggered with poor gut health, like acidity, bloating, and all that. Headaches are primarily with the gut problems.
Okay, I
Okay,
have
we
to
go to
ask
next.
one question, ma'am. Is burping or sneezing related to poor gut health?
Yes, it might. It might. Sneezing can be of due to different causes. One is the allergy. So allergy many times also comes if your gut health is not proper and if you have a leaky gut. Leaky gut is simply the condition where the molecules that are not supposed to cross your gut barrier starts entering your bloodstream and they just trigger an inflammatory response overall in your system. So that might be one of the reason, but there are many other causes, of course.
So I've seen a rise like for allergies. US is like for the kids, allergies, everybody has certain allergies. Nut allergy, they sneeze, seasonal allergies. And what I have found is that most of these kids have compromised guts because they're gorging on sugar and eating very, very unhealthy junk food.
Yeah, so that is because of the poor immunity, because your 90% of the immunity lies in your gut.
Right. Okay, we have a question over here.
Yeah.
Is having bowel movement more than 2, 3 times and acidic water coming out also is gut issues.
100%, 100% it is a gut problem, definitely.
I want to ask a question here, Swati. What is the difference
Please,
between
sir.
major difference between food intolerance and food allergy?
Yes, oh, fantastic question, I would say. So, I would give one example here, lactose intolerance. Okay. So, lactose
Yes.
intolerance nowadays, many people are developing and it is getting that hype and awareness. Okay. People are aware about it now. So, lactose intolerance, if you are intolerant with some food, you might get bloated, you might get a little bit of uneasiness, for example, stomach ache, not serious, but mild stomach ache with that. And you might just not feel very good and, feeling easy and all that. If you're allergic to any particular food, your immune system reacts abruptly and aggressively. So if you're allergic to some food, the extreme impact might be even that you faint just after eating the food. Your blood pressure drops just after eating that food. It drops to a point where you need to get hospitalized in that case, or you get
Okay.
certain allergic reaction where in entire body some people get these kind of rashes also. Suddenly they get rashes in seconds, not even minutes. In seconds they get those kind of rashes. So that is the extreme reaction your body takes place if you're allergic to something. What if you're intolerant to something? You can have that particular food, for example milk. You're intolerant toward milk, so you can have particular food product, for example, milk, in a very small quantity, and that will not bother you at all, as far as your gut system is okay, your digestion is okay. But if you are allergic to something, 1 teaspoon of milk, and you'll have to see hospital primarily. That. So I'm clear.
Yes,
Yeah,
you're
you're
clear.
clear. And so I think food intolerance, can they be changed? They can be reversed with certain bacterial
Food
infestations.
intolerance can be reversed. As I said, food intolerance, it is not mandatory that you quit that food completely. You can definitely have it, but sometimes it is just because of poor gut. So many times we have seen that when you improve the gut health, the intolerance just goes, 100% goes. There's no intolerance anymore. And sometimes if it is actual intolerance and you improve your gut health, it will not give you problems if you are eating in a small quantity.
Right.
All right, we'll go to the next slide. Actually, this every slide of this, this is a 60-minute session, so we'll just quickly roll over. Toxic elimination, again, a very last topic I would like to touch base. Yeah, toxins, as you can read here in this slide, it's an interesting one. I would request everybody to please pay attention. Toxins, we all now are aware about the toxins which are coming from the environment. Oh no, don't eat in non sticky, what do we call with these vessels? Non-stick vessels,
Yeah,
sorry. Non-stick vessels.
no,
So we know now कि, okay, don't eat in non-stick vessels. They contain plastic and all that. Don't drink water in plastic bottles. Plastic will leach and all that. We know this basic things now. But there are other kind of toxins which are emotional toxins, and we don't know about it. Let me tell you one thing. If you are chronically stressed, if you're continuously stressed for some reason, if it is by your choice, you are habitual of taking stress now, or if it's your environment, your boss, your wife, husband, or anybody in the house, that chronic stress will be 1,000 times more potent to give you problems or health issues in future rather than just drinking water in a plastic bottle occasionally. I'm not saying that start drinking plastic water bottle. What I'm telling you is the potency of emotional stress or emotional toxins is like that. I can not enough strain about the emotional health. Emotional and mental health is so crucial that it is highly potent in itself. You eat clean, as I said earlier, also you eat superfood, all the superfoods available, loads of supplements in your shelf, you exercise daily and you're stressed out, you're not working on your emotional mental health and not managing it. Take my words, you'll develop some other disease in the future for no reason.
I completely agree with this. So there's a story about me when I started my journey with cancer. I didn't go to the doctors. Ate everything organic, all the therapies, but the one thing which I didn't work on was my emotions. And which actually was very triggering. Every time I used to talk to anyone who I thought I blamed everyone, I used to be very, very afraid and fearful of what's going to happen, not really believing in my own journey and my own self, and just taking care of the physical part. For me, physical part, going to the gym, exercising, eating clean food, everything was important, but not emotional. We were not having, obviously, when you go to the doctor, they don't sit and understand what's going in your life. But as now we are so aware, we should take some time off and reflect and understand, okay, am I stressed about this situation? what is triggering me. Am I talking like, I'm always in this flight and fight mode. I When I was in this flight and fight mode, one symptom my body used to give me was my hands used to get wet, my feet used to get wet. I never understood about it, but now I know, because of course you learn and you understand things. But
Yeah,
your body will always give these emotional signs, like, not doing well, headaches. It could be some pain in your body. It could be
absolutely.
some sort of a symptom. Our bodies are very intelligent beings, so try and understand what symptoms and signals they are giving. It could be pain,
Yeah,
it could be any, you're like emotional all the time. You can cry on a hat's drop. Anything. It could be anything.
yeah, I totally agree. Even I had this condition since childhood. Like whenever I used to be stressed a lot. Only my right leg used to pain. And
Yeah.
when I was younger, I used to take pride in it. Oh, my right leg is paining. My only right leg pains. And then later on, I realized that whenever I'm stressed, I connected it. This happens. So your body can give you signals. Your body is really very intelligent. Okay,
Okay,
next
And
comes
these
somebody
Guru.
raised
signals,
hand, ma'am. I think somebody has a
yeah.
question. From the
We
participants,
will
please.
take the questions at the last, please, because we are running short of time. Please drop down your question in the chat box. We'll take it all together. Don't worry, we are here. You go to the next slide for now, please. Yes. So how many of you have seen that video of Vidya Balan where she's talking about inflammation, diet, and all that? If you can raise your hands or just type yes, yes, yes. Nobody?
Yes,
We've
somebody,
seen
yes.
Okay. Yeah, so inflammation. Okay, so let me simplify you what inflammation actually is. For example, you got a cut on your skin, okay? And when you got the cut, the skin rises slightly. It rises and it is red, and you can sometimes even see watery, serum oozing out, the water oozing out of your cut. And slowly it will heal, and the redness will go in a couple of days, and it will heal completely. This is an inflammatory reaction that has happened on your hand where your immune system gets triggered. Oh, there's a cut, there's an injury in the body. Let me go. Let me just fight for it. Let me just heal it. Just a second. Yeah. So this is the inflammatory response that you can see on your skin where the blood flow rises to that particular area. Your immune cells just or gets transferred in more quantity so that the cut can be healed easily. Same reaction happens in your entire body when you are stressed. The cut won't be healed, of course, but blood pressure rises. The immune cells gets activated because they just identify this condition as a threat, as some problem in the body. That is called chronic inflammation. If this state of stress remains in your body for a very long time, for example, months or years, that is called chronic inflammation. We'll go to the next slide. Give me a moment, please. Shuvangi, you can please explain the next slide.
Yeah, sure, ma'am. So when we come to the chronic stress or sleep deprivation, so it is actually related to the stress only. Whenever we feel that we are going to bed and we are not feeling sleepy, so there is a problem related to stress. Sometimes our body is stressed, and when we find out that we are stressed or not, we never know that we are stressed. But sleep are different times, like people are telling that ma'am we are sleeping for 8 hours, so how it is coming that we are stressed? But the 8 hours are completed or not, it is a problem that sometimes they are sleeping for 8 hours, but in the mid of the night they are waking up for 2 or 3 times. It is related to chronic stress. Sometimes it is related to their metabolic disruption. This happens when we take lot of stress, our cortisol levels rises up, And at the peak of our cortisol level when rises up, our sleep is most thing that disturbed. So whenever we are sleeping, there should be an atmosphere where it is cool, dark room, and there is no blue light radiation. As we know that we are sleeping in an environment where we always keep our phone in nearer to our desk or our bed, because we need to think that something emergency might be there, or there can be a call. But this is very important to know that phones are the blue light emissions. If that blue light affects on our eyes, their melatonin is a hormone which helps us to sleep and calm down our stress levels. That reduces in our body, that can impact on our sleep, and that can also impact to chronic stress. So these are all related, and it's like a vicious cycle going on in our body.
So one thing about sleep, I want to, there's a very important point that, we should always stop using our phones and our gadgets and just keep it away in the from the room at least for 2 hours before sleeping. And if you are using, say for example, if you're using laptop, if you're using phones, please use the blue light specs. Like I use these yellow specs when I speak, when I use the laptop, but I use the red ones at night so that I sometimes I have to work, but then the blue light doesn't actually penetrate. So this is one thing which you could do. The other thing which is very important is the quality of sleep. As she said, okay, you're sleeping for 8 hours, but you're waking up. And what is say somebody is very light sleeper, they can just wake up and darwaza khulta and they can get up. So what is that? You should sleep like a baby, absolutely knocked down. If you are not sleeping, there could be a reason behind it. There are a lot of root causes behind it. But that quality of sleep really matters. Maybe you are taking too much caffeine. Like if I take too much of caffeine, I cannot have a deep sleep. So there are a lot of things which you could and your body will give you and understand when you are not sleeping well. There could be some root causes which you really need to understand. Maybe it's also related to poor gut. It's also related to overthinking. It is also related that your mind cannot calm down. So things like doing Brahmari before sleeping, the Brahmari pranayam, it has proven benefits and scientific benefits that it can calm your mind down, and it also improves the nitric oxide in your brain and gives you good sleep. So try that therapy. Try doing the box breathing method, the 444, which is important before you sleep. So that again, your body is just coming in a relaxation stage. Okay, next slide. Yeah, Swati.
Hi, yeah. So, common conditions and the root causes, it's a very good explanation about the common conditions or the potential conditions any particular disease can have. For example, you can see over your screen, PCOS is many a times or majority of the times connected with diet, or you can say the refined diets, stress, gut imbalance, liver overload, or excess weight. So PCOS also has two variations where one is the lean PCOS, one is the obese PCOS. People who are obese along with PCOS, people who are lean with PCOS. So people who are lean with PCOS, the other factors, for example, stress, gut imbalance plays a vital role there. Type 2 diabetes, in today's time, I can say 60% of the cases will have relation with the gut and stress. Only two things. If you reverse these two things, they're all good to go. And the majority of the time, they can even reverse it. So it's not anymore about just calories. Diabetes is not about just sweets anymore. It is more about gut and
Yeah,
stress.
that is very true. That is actually very true. Good point.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I've seen people like, oh, diabetes, मैं मीठा नहीं खाऊंगी. They're eating a pizza. So they might not know
Stop
what is the
mangoes.
actual.
They stop
Mangoes,
mangoes.
bananas. Yeah, they stop eating these kind of sweet food, which are fantastic. Hypothyroidism, nutrient deficiency is the main cause. Many a times people start taking thyroid medications, and the reason was just deficiency. If they would have taken certain deficient nutrient, they don't even have thyroid. We'll go to next slide. Yeah. So, yeah. Now, what your role is, what you should do as a wellness seeker, or who want to just improve their health, prevent illnesses, or just stay in a in a state of healthy body, mind, and all that. Work with your body, not against it. When we say work with your body, not against, as in if your body is giving you signals, repeated signals for say, listen to it, listen to it. If you are having bloating again and again after eating that particular food, you're not able to sleep on that day when you're having a lot of stress, listen to it, acknowledge, and please take action on it. Don't go against it. No, I am so, my body is so strong and all that, मैं कुछ भी खा सकती हूँ, मैं कुछ भी खा सकता हूँ, मुझे कुछ नहीं होने वाला, ऐसा नहीं है. It's simple mathematics. If you do LHS, RHS will be there. If you do this, that will happen for sure. Sooner or later, it will happen. Nourish with intention, not restriction. Yes, it is very crucial. If you want to just improve your nutrition, you don't need to really cut down on many things, or you just have to stay in a state of नहीं मुझे तो कुछ भी नहीं खाना है, मुझे बस ये सलाद का जो प्लेट है मेरे सामने मुझे वही खाना है. No, it is not like that. You can enjoy many things, but you have to have that intention correct and plan correct. Strategy, correct strategy. Detox your environment physically and emotionally. We have spoken a lot about it. Prioritize mental emotional well-being. It is as important as you're eating that big plate of salad. We'll go to next slide. Yeah. So this case study, Shuvangi will be able to explain you in a very well manner because she has closely worked with this particular case. Please, Shuvangi, over to you.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. So this is a case of a client. Her name was Deepika Gulati. So she was 32 years old and she was suffering from PCOS. So she was suffering from PCOS since 3 years, and there were certain parameters which we found that hypothyroidism was there. There was weight gain, acne, hair fall, and there were certain mood swings which she mentioned, but not clearly she disclosed it. Okay, and emotional eating, whenever she feels like she is not feeling well, she used to eat some junk food like a burger or a chocolate. She used to depend on those foods. So that is actually emotional eating. And when we find out that she has gone through certain miscarriages, so after we gave her that plan, we counseled her certain things. So we found the result that she lost 7.5 kgs. Her TSH levels were dropped to normal level. Her periods were regular. Her acne, hair fall, everything was normalized. Her mood was more confident. She felt focused. She was totally doing all good. And how we did it, we will tell you in next slide. So this was the roadmap which we followed. We maintained her nutrition as an anti-inflammatory diet, gluten-free, totally plant-based. Seed cycling we introduced steamed cruciferous vegetables. We introduced gut-soothing soups, certain fermented foods for her gut healing, herbal teas, and some supplements also we included, as we know that there are deficiencies, so we have to fulfill certain deficiencies through the supplements, as everything is not covered through the food. So she was a vegetarian, we already know that, so we had to fulfill the vitamin D levels, magnesium glycinate, selenium, probiotics, omega, and NAC for insulin and overall health. Her lifestyle was also changed. We introduced some Suksma Vayama exercises and castor oil packs and Epsom salts, food soaks. Journaling, we introduced journaling to her sleep routine. Before going to bed, she always used to do a journaling of the day. And breath work, we told that after going for a walk, you should do breath work. Before waking up, you have to do breath work. This following routine we maintained her on regularity. And on sleep hygiene, when we come to sleep hygiene, we told that you have to restrict your phone from your bedroom. So in her bedroom there was a television and a phone, both were a blue light emission. So we told that you need to shift them, or you have to shift to other room. So she had made the changes accordingly. And her menstrual cycle awareness, we told her that about the routine and everything to maintain a flow chart, so that we can keep a track on that. We regularly monitored her closely 24/7. We were working on her. And also mindful eating practices were also introduced to her. Certain recipes we also gave her that she can maintain, as she was a working lady, so she has to maintain a routine. So we gave her easy to go recipes so that she can go ready made food and buy her home, so that she doesn't have to eat outside. So how we did the reversal, we will just guide you in just this slide. Okay, so when we come to lifestyle change, what happens? Whenever PCO is there, there are certain hormonal changes. Androgen levels are more, when insulin levels are more. Whenever insulin levels are more, there is hyperinsulinemia. And whenever hyperinsulinemia is there, cortisol level rises. Cortisol level rises, oxidative stress is there, cytokines are there, and egg quality is disrupt. Whenever egg quality is disrupt, there are free androgens going on in the body. So it also impact free androgen levels, impact to our cardiovascular health, and it also damages our liver. So what we did, we changed her lifestyle. Then the androgen levels lowered. We changed her diet, that helped to lower her insulin levels. We also introduced exercises which helps to increase happy hormones. You know, happy hormones, those are dopamine and serotonin. Whenever exercise is introduced, happy hormones are secreted in our body, that helped to reduce oxidative stress and insulin resistance in our body. And whenever oxidative stress is reduced, the stress is automatically reduced. She never know that she was suffering from stress. She never disclosed us, but we worked on it different methodically. So cytokines are reduced, her egg quality was improved. As we also introduced seed cycling, her egg quality was improved, her fertility chances were great, and free androgens levels were lowered. So in this cycle, her cardiovascular health was good, her liver was compromised, she was unable to digest certain things. So when we did this reversal, she was totally healed from her roots. So this was the case which we did. And at the end, we got to know that she was pregnant. So this was a good news and a great achieved case which we shared here.
Amazing.
So,
Yeah,
all
this
right.
is very
So this was the last thing which we want to conclude from this webinar, that symptoms are signals, they are not enemies. You suppress your symptoms by taking pills. Whenever you are getting bloated, you are having antacids. Whenever you getting fever, you are having some Calpol or paracetamol. Don't suppress your symptoms. You need to work on your symptoms. Symptoms are signals. So reversal is definitely possible, as you can see from our case study, and every layer is connected. Whenever we come to say that there is inflammation, definitely there is gut inflammation, there is body inflammation, there is hormonal disbalance, there is energy levels are low, there is healing problem. So when we break each layer, we can heal everything. Like we heal gut, then we reduce inflammation, we improve hormonal balances, we improve energy levels, we heal overall from our mind, body and soul. So you are not meant to manage disease, you are meant to heal yourself. Thank you for being here. This was a great webinar, and always thank you for everyone for joining this session.
Thank you so much, Shuvangi. Thank you so much, Swati. And we're open to questions. Any questions anybody wants to ask, please share. Yes, sir. Any comments? Any question?
If you have any question, you can please open up.
Okay, by the time you're typing questions, thank you, sir. I'm, uh,
Thank you so much, sir.
I'll just quickly tell you what are the next webinars coming in. Next one is on cancer, the implications and how to actually heal from the side effects of cancer therapies. It could be surgery, radiation, or chemotherapy. If you're going through cancer, it's very, very informative. So do join it. And we are coming up with a series of next webinars on obesity, how to manage obesity, what are the things which you could do. So that's going to be a series. So that's what's coming up. So everyone can please
Would you going
join.
would you going to
Yes, sir.
add immunotherapy in that also?
Yes, sir. I'm going to add immunotherapy, all the types of therapies.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyways, we'll give you emails. We will always inform you when it's going to happen next. So hope to see you everyone, and thank you for joining and spending your weekend with us. Any other things, if you want, please feel free to reach out, and whoever's joined this webinar will also get one free resource documents from us,
Thank you.
and also a free consultation, 15 minutes, whoever is new. And yeah, any other questions, please feel free. We have our numbers are here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you
everyone.
all.
Any
Thank you all. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
All right.
Rajshri.
Thank you so much, everyone. Happy
Thank you.
weekends.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.